Welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. We have the 2020 feature, sports with Brian Camp, and entertainment news with DJ Pete. So settle in with coffee in hand, and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Hey, good morning once again. Here we are, Friday, the end of the week, TGIF, and that means it's time to wrap it up the whole week again. But first of all, we want to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to my show that comes on every Friday at this time, the Coffee Hour. That's me. My name is Frank Allan, and I am with you for a whole full hour. And each week, we come along and bring you information. We get together, have a lot of fun. We invite you all to come in. And those of you who are watching us, you know that we're on 3 different places. You can choose any one you like. We're live on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on YouTube as well. So pick your choice, but make sure that you're with us every week. And those of you who are here for the first time, we thank you for being along with us. Don't make it your last time. You just discovered us. We'll tell you later on how you can stay in touch with us. We'll give you all kinds of information like that. And for those of you who have been around for all of these years, well, we thank you so much. You already know the protocol. You know how this whole thing works. Yes, it is Friday. And those of you who are going to be coming in, you are allowed to come in too as well. We're live. And since we are live, you're able to chat with us. I can talk to you while you talk to me. And you can talk to others who may pop in the room and just say hello. And listen, if you have a topic that you want to talk about, by all means, chime in. Of course, as the host of the show, I always throw out all kinds of information. And then, of course, all you have to do is just type whatever you want to talk about. I will see you right there up on the big screen, and I will acknowledge you and all of your thoughts and ideas. And we're just going to have a lot of fun to get it together. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started right now. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me while I shoot up. It's refreshing. It's iced coffee today. I think this is like the second week in a row. It's the second week in a row I've been drinking iced coffee. But listen, it does the trick. And wherever you are, we'd love to have you aboard with us always. Now, you may be at work right now and taking that coffee break. You know, usually the corporate world gives you a coffee break. Do they still do that? I haven't worked in corporate in so many years. But I would imagine that you still get some kind of a coffee break or something, right? Take that coffee break and you lounge around. And what you can do is take that 15-minute coffee break and sit at your desk and watch the show and enjoy your coffee at the same time. And when it's all over, you can still stay at your desk and do what they call multitasking. You can work and watch the show at the same time. And so if you're at work, we welcome you. You could be someplace else. And since we're in different time zones, you may be having breakfast, early morning breakfast, or maybe you're getting ready for dinner, or you're getting ready for bed, or whatever it is. But we're here to entertain you. We stay right there where you are until it's all over, and then you can go back to whatever you were doing. Later on in the program, we've got a lot of things coming up. Not too far away, we have our 2020 feature starting 20 minutes past the hour. Brian Camp will be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports, directly out of Charlotte, North Carolina. He will pop up on the screen. You'll see him too. You get to meet him. 20 to the hour, DJ Pete always comes along with his portion of his show called well, he doesn't have a particular name of the show. He didn't name it, but he always give you entertainment news and recite all of those birthdays of people of notoriety. However, DJ Pete will not be in today. So he was nice enough to leave all the information that he wanted to convey to you. And then he leaves it in my hand. I'm glad he trusts me to do that. And I will be taking care of all of that. So there's so many things to talk about. And it's all happening right here on the Coffee Hour. Yes, indeed. And we are in the midst right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the midst of Pride Week, not Pride Week, but Pride Month. So we're in the midst of all of that. People are celebrating. There are a lot of things that are going to be happening throughout the city, throughout the world, wherever you are. So we're celebrating that. And not only that, coming up this weekend, we have Father's Day. For those of you who are fathers, we want to wish you in advance a happy Father's Day, which comes up Sunday. And I know a lot of you who have your fathers with you, you're going to take care of them, right? You're going to take them somewhere nice, treat them right, or do something that a father and a son and a daughter would do, together for that one day. It's always nice to do that. Now, I said this on the show last night on Talkback Live that, they put more emphasis on Mother's Day than they do on Father's Day, but aren't fathers just as important? They just as important. They made a contribution because my mom used to tell me years ago, if it weren't for me, you wouldn't be here. But then again, if it weren't for Dad, I don't think that would be possible either. But anyway, the old idea. We had Mother's Day, so this is the time for the fathers to shine. So all of you fathers, we wish you the best health, and a happy Father's Day to you for whatever you're going to do. Now, later on in the program as well, I am going to give you all of those movies that you love so much. You love those classic movies, right? And each week, I always bring you Turner Classic Movies. That's the movies that, of course, all of you enjoy. Classic movies, all of you enjoy. And we have that coming up for you because that's something I like to do each week, because I want you to add that to your bucket list of whatever you're going to do for the weekend. Now, some people, depending on where you are, you may have some fantastic weather. Now, here in New York, we have pretty good weather. It's not bad. And we're going to tell you about that in a few minutes. But if you happen to have good weather, you're going to be outdoors, you're going to barbecue or whatever you're going to be doing this weekend, or taking your father out. But whatever it is, maybe you want to sit home with Dad and watch some of these classic movies. I'll have all of that information for you later. And speaking of weather, those of you who chime in and say hello to us, we really would appreciate that. A lot of people like to sit idle, but that's okay. And if you can't stay for the whole hour, whatever time you could spare with us would be fine too. But we would really appreciate that you stay with us for the balance of the show. And for that, saying all of that, we've got all of great movies, as I said before, and we want you to sit back and relax because it's all happening right here. Okay, now again, those of you who are going to chime in conversation, give us your weather forecast. All right, if I see you out there, I'll say hi to you, and I'll ask you, give us your weather forecast, because we want to know what the weather's like throughout wherever you are throughout the world. You can be calling from anywhere. You can be calling from out of the country, and of course that's where we are, because no matter where you go, we're always right there with you. So keep all of that in mind. And if you're going to come in and give us the weather, don't have to worry if you're a New Yorker, all right? Don't have to worry about that. Don't worry about that, okay? We'll take care of all of that ourselves. We'll do that. As a matter of fact, we're going to do that right now. New York weather. And if you're going to be going out and about, we've got it for you. It's not going to be a bad weekend weather-wise. So let me get started with that right now. Today is Friday, and we're going to go up high temperatures. It's going to be cloudy skies. Early, then partly cloudy this afternoon. We'll have a high 89 degrees. Winds will be west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. That gusty winds coming along. For tonight, clear skies, low 63 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And for Saturday, the temperature goes down here in New York on Saturday. It's not going to be bad, but it's not going to be that blazing hot weather we had last week. So for tomorrow, it's going to be partly cloudy. We'll have a high 67 degrees. See how deep the temperatures went down? 67 degrees tomorrow. Winds will be northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So we'll have a little gust in the air, but it'll still be great. We'll take it anyway. For Saturday night will be partly cloudy skies. We'll have low 57 degrees. Winds will be northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And as we wrap up our weekend and celebrate with Father's Day is going to be a great one in New York, because we've got sunny skies all over the place. And it's going to be high around 74 degrees. Winds will be northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So that's the holiday happy Father's Day treat that I have for you. The weather's going to be great, so there's no excuse. We've got temperatures, I didn't say it, but present temperature today, right now, we've got 76 degrees. That's what's happening right now here in New York City, 76 degrees, and the sun is out there right now as we speak. We had those cloudy skies earlier, but it's okay. We had some rain early yesterday morning. It started coming down, but it started to clear up. But it remained cloudy most of the day anyway. But the weekend is looking good. So that's what we have for you. Okay, so whatever you're celebrating, you guys may be celebrating birthdays, bar mitzvahs, whatever it is. If you want to relay that to us, or we don't mind, we'll say a happy whatever you're celebrating. We'll say it right here, right now for you. So stick around and stay with us, because there's a lot to do. There's a lot coming up and a lot happening here on the Coffee Hour. Okay. Let's see, what do we have here for you? I have something that I want to tell you about. Yeah, okay. We are going to, a little information here in the entertainment world. All right, but before we go there, I want to let you know that you still have a chance to go out and get vaccinated, because the vaccines are important right now, and no matter how you cut it, it's COVID-19 is still on. It's still on. And I brought that up to say this, that, you know, our friend and our doctor, and he looks out for all of us, Dr. Fauci, Anthony Fauci, well, he contracted the disease. He tested positive for COVID-19. The good news about it is that he's been vaccinated fully and he's been boosted twice. So, you know, he's going to be in good shape. All he has to do is just sit back for a couple of days and stay away from people, and everything will be okay. So it just goes to show you that even if you get vaccinated, that doesn't mean, you know, it couldn't happen. It can't happen to any of us. But the good news is that we stay out of hospitals, we stay away from death, we stay away from all of that. And that's the purpose of getting vaccinated. And those of you who would like more information, I'm not a doctor or anything, but I could always do my research. And you can do the research yourself, finding out where to go to get vaccinated. And I'll give you my information on how you can get in contact with me personally, because a lot of people, as you watch the show right now, you just want to watch and not say anything, but that's okay. But you still may want to get in contact with me for some reason. Maybe you have ideas about the show, or you want to make some comments, whether it's positive or negative. We accept it all because we want to know how it's going. We accept the bitter with the sweet. That's how we do it. So I will give you my information right now, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are watching us on Instagram, it's not there posted, but if you're watching us on Facebook, you can see it right there. If you look up, you see in that little circle is my picture in there. I don't know how they got that big picture in that little circle, but it's in there. And below that, you see all kinds of information, and you see my telephone number and my email address. So let me start with the email address. It's frankallanprod@aol.com. That's frankallanprod@aol.com. Allan is spelled A-L-L-A-N. A-L-L-A-N. Prod is P-R-O-D. That's short for productions. frankallanprod@aol.com. You can email me anytime you like for questions and whatever comment, or even just to say hi. Same thing with the telephone number. You can call that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a week. The bar never closes. And you can call me at 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Call anytime you like, leave a message, someone will get back to you. I promise you. Okay, so there you go. Now, the news that I had that I wanted to talk to you about, speaking of COVID, in the entertainment world, Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones is diagnosed with COVID-19, and he had to cancel all of his concerts. So we got that news earlier. So as we talk, I'm pretty sure that the progress goes on for him. Will do good, and I'm pretty sure, hopefully, that he got vaccinated and he's just taking it easy, and it's good for him to cancel the concerts until he becomes negative, and then you can go back on the concert circuit. So keep that in mind. Mick Jagger, that was the news I got earlier. He was diagnosed with COVID-19. Let's say prayers and best wishes for Ozzy Osbourne. You know Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne is going to go undergoing surgery. It's undergoing surgery on the spine. And this surgery, by the way, is going to determine the rest of his life. Now, that's the news that we got from his wife, Sharon Osbourne. She put it out there, and we want to convey that to Ozzy Osbourne, undergoing surgery on spine, and that will determine the rest of his life. And if I get any other information, further information about this, of course, I'm going to pass it along to you. May not get it today, but I'll keep on top of the story all week long and find out what's going on and see how he's progressing. But right now, there's no bad news, and no news is good news. That's the way we look at that. So it's a quarter after the hour right now. It's a quarter after the hour. And just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. No, it's not. I kid you not. April Fools. April Fools in June. No, the name of the show is called Coffee Hour. And my name is Frank Allan. So coffee hour, what would coffee hour be without a little coffee, right? So excuse me while I shoot up. It is refreshing. Hot coffee is good, but every once in a while, and I think this is the season for the jump on board with a little iced coffee, right? And by the way, there is no season where you have to drink iced coffee, or there's no season when you have to drink hot coffee. It's all season round. Hot coffee, iced coffee, it's all season round. I've seen people in the wintertime stop at coffee stands and ask for iced coffee. I'm pretty sure they won't stand out on the street and drink it, but they'll go in some close quarters or something and drink the iced coffee, but there's no season for it, not at all. And I'm pretty sure, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, with all that's going on, we have the COVID and all of this going on now, this week, a couple of days this week, they have the hearings for the January 6th insurrection. That's the January 6th insurrection hearings. And I didn't get a chance to see them. They did the third one, I believe it was the third one. The third one was yesterday. I'm not sure what's going on today. I haven't been keeping up with it, except for yesterday. I had a chance to see some of it, not all of it. I didn't get a chance to see all of it, but I got a chance to see some of it, listen to some of it, learned a lot from it. And things are going to, I just have a feeling things are going to change, because everything that was going on, people are coming out. The Republicans who was behind 345-666 Beast Incarnate are now coming out with stories that are true and actually saying, no, you know what? The elections were not rigged. Biden won fair and square. They're actually coming out and saying that. And even his own daughter accepted it. So we don't know how far this is going to go, but I got to tell you one thing. If it was under certain different circumstances, I don't think all of this would take that long. Some people who belong in jail are still out on the street. Some people who are responsible and foster all of this chaotic stuff are still out there. But if it was a different situation somehow, I think they would have covered everything. And they say, I do understand in the court of law, things take time. There's a process, there's due process, there's all of that has to be in consideration, that has to take place before they actually make moves or anything. But we're talking about going on 18 months now with all of this going on. Almost 18 months coming along. And, and every time I see that video, and I don't know what it's going to take for people to realize that, it was real. That wasn't play. That wasn't on stage or anything. That wasn't a movie. That wasn't a production or anything. That was real. When people broke into the Capitol and all the time, new footage is coming out, different angles, new footage. People were recording it and people turning in new footage of things that have been going on. And people who were in that Capitol building, and it took them time. Some went in jail, some went to jail, some are still there, some are still out. And for 18 months, scot free, scot free. What is going on? We got to watch what we do. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I am so over with politicians. I am so over them. They talk big, but I want them to do the work. I am so over it. And we'll talk more about that later because there's a lot to talk about. But right now, I'm going to talk about something more important. More important. And I'm going to go over to Charlotte, North Carolina right now. Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports. Brian, I told you, I predicted last night before we went off the air last night on Talk Back Live that when I got off the air, the Yankees, if they didn't lead, they were going to tie it up. And when I got off the air, it was 1-1, and then boom, they won that game. Did you see that?
2-1. 2-1. Yes.
But when I got off the air, I told you they're going to at least tie it up. And
yes, you did say that. Yeah.
Tied up, and they come back. That was some home run Anthony Rizzo did. That was he made it look easy.
Well, yeah, it was some shot. I didn't see the game because I was turning back and forth to the NBA Finals of Game 6 of the Celtics and the Warriors. So, but yes, the Yankees win and the Mets win.
And that was just sweep, 7th straight sweep.
Yeah. So Yankees are headed in the right direction. Let's tip our hats off to them. And congratulations, Mets, but we're still in the month of June. We've still got the rest of June, all of July, all of August, all of September. So we can still got a long way to go. We're not even at the halfway point yet, even for the All-Star game. But this will be great for the city of New York to have a Subway Series again. But good morning to you and everybody out there is watching on Zoom and Instagram and Facebook. It is 85 degrees right now. You see I'm wearing a basketball jersey. That's how hot it is. And it's going up to 98 degrees, 99. They're gonna be poking at close to 100 degrees. So it's gonna be a doozy for today. But in sports, Major League Baseball Baltimore Orioles, the CEO, John Angelos, was accused in a lawsuit this week of seizing control of the team at the expense of his brother, Lou, and in defiance of their father, Peter's wishes. Peter Angelos became the Orioles owner in 1993, but his public role has diminished in recent years, and he turns 93 next month. Now, John Angelos is the club's chairman and CEO, with Peter and Lou listed as the team's website as part of its limited partnership group. Yes. In a lawsuit filed Thursday in Baltimore County Circuit Court, Lou Angelos and John has tried to take control of their father's estate, with excluding Lou. So you got two brothers fighting over their father's ownership of the team. That's sad. You have two brothers, two siblings trying to outdo the other for complete ownership. Can't family just get along? I guess not. In 2018,
that's what siblings do. We fight.
We fight. But there comes a time where there should be respect for their father. It's all about greed, but yeah, you're right. Siblings do fight, do argue. We just hope that it doesn't turn into a bloodbath. We don't need a Cain and Abel situation where he kills his brother, though. In 2018, Peter Angelos became disabled shortly thereafter. John embarked on a series of steps to arrogate to himself control over the father's assets. He accomplished by manipulating his mother, Georgia Angelos, who is now 80 years of age, thereby bending her to his will. Sad. Former Dodgers player Steve Sachs says his 33-year-old son, who always had dreamed of being a pilot, was among the 5 U.S. Marines killed during a training flight crash early this week in California desert. Captain John J. Sachs was among the air crew and Osprey's tilt rotor aircraft. That's where they do an aircraft where it just twists and turns and everything. It went down during a training in a remote area in Imperial County, about 115 miles east of San Diego and about 50 miles of Yuma, Arizona. NFL news: Washington Commanders defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio defended his tweets about about the upcoming congressional hearings on January 6th, which is in process now. Insurrections, saying he wants to know why that there's so not similar energy devoted to the riots in the summer of 2020. Okay, and there is too much energy devoted into riots, looting, burning, and destruction of personal property is never discussed, but this is. So head coach Ron Rivera also said he was fined his defensive coordinator $100,000 last week because his comments had caused a distraction for the team. Since then, Del Rio has deleted his Twitter account, in which Coach Rivera says he did not ask him to do so. Del Rio had addressed the team and offered his apologies, but it basically comes down what Del Rio is saying is, why is it that the people of color, I'm not putting words in his mouth, but that's what he was aiming for. What he was trying to say is not discuss more about looting and rioting and destruction of other people's communities and neighborhoods. So he's being fined. It's going to be a distraction in the upcoming season because his players are going to look at him differently. As you know, the football players, the league is anywhere between 70 to 75% Black or people of color. Deshaun Watson, quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, reiterated that he is innocent of the numerous allegations of inappropriate sexual conduct during massages sessions that have been made against him. Yet, while the Cleveland Browns quarterback again said he has no regrets about any of his actions, he admitted that he does regret the impact of the allegations have had on the people around him. 2 more lawsuits were filed against Watson, bringing a total of 24 active lawsuits against him, not including his former employee, the Houston Texans. That's where he used to play for. But at all of this, no criminal charges were brought forth. Houston Texans were added to the list, as I just said. In the NBA, longtime Phoenix Suns employee Melissa Fender, who began working for the organization since August of 2007, has sent a resignation email on May 20th to 16 members of his ownership group, including majority owner Robert Sarver, alleging she became the target of bullying and retaliation by superiors after raising concerns about gender equality and misconduct within the organization. She is challenging them to address what she said is a toxic workplace for her to work at. Sadly, but it's in the culture. They have a reputation, the Phoenix Suns, about making people of color and women uncomfortable with where they work at. This is not a new story. This has been going on for a while now, for a couple of years. NBA, a rare Michael Jordan rookie card sold for the auction at the House Christie for $1.8 million, including fees and premiums. LeBron James, whose net worth was recently evaluated north of $1 billion by Forbes magazines, has made known for years that he plans to own an NBA team when he is finished playing. As you know, basketball, any athlete cannot own a team while they're still active, and he's still playing. His goal is to own a team in Las Vegas, which is an excellent spot. LeBron James joins Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods to be the only athletes to become millionaires. So congratulations on that. It's counting. More money's pouring in. This day in sports, June 17th, 1960, Ted Williams hit his 500th career home run. 1962, Lou Brock is the second player to hit a home run into the Polo Grounds right center field bleachers. 1976, the ABA New York Nets, Indiana Pacers, Denver Nuggets, and the San Antonio Spurs merged into the NBA. That's when the last, when the ABA and went, I'm not going to say bankrupt, but they just folded up under, and they was joined. And the NBA decided to take 4 teams, and they took those 4 teams. 1978, Ron Guidry sets a New York Yankee record with 18 strikeouts. 1988, the Givens family report that Mike Tyson beat his wife, Robin Givens. I don't think that's some of the news that should be broadcast, but that's what happened. That's what happens when you're in the spotlight with 2 celebrities. 1992, the Philadelphia 76ers trade Charles Barkley to the Phoenix Suns. And birthdays, 1970, Ron Popeye Jones was born in Destrin, Tennessee. And in 1980, Venus Williams, tennis star, born in Linwood, California. And congratulations to the world champion Golden State Warriors, who won in 6 games to capture their 7th NBA title. Steph Curry was the MVP, finals MVP of that series. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
You know, I don't think it's a sin to broadcast something like that about that, because that's public domain anyway. You know, Robin Givens, and that's old news, and it's still, you know, it's public. So I don't.
It is public. For example, I go on these NBA sites where they are very critical about criminals.
Yeah.
Somebody posts up something about O.J. Simpson, about football, and automatically the conversation shifts to what he did to his wife.
Yeah.
And there's always been complaint, well, what does this have to do with sports if you're talking about what he alleged did?
Yeah.
He was found not guilty. Many people believe that he did. We knew that he was very physical with his wife, but if you're on a sports site, separate the difference and just keep it as what O.J. Simpson did as a player, not what he did in a personal life.
Yeah.
As for Robin Givens and Mike Tyson, they're both celebrities. One is an actress, one is a boxer. I guess that if you a celebrity, it comes with the territory. It got to be reported. True. So
do you actually feel sorry for them? I'll give you an example. Last night I was going through, and I do this, you know, every once in a while. I am entertained by some of these videos that I can find on Facebook. I'm entertained by some of them. I've seen a lot of them, and some of them I said, you know what, I don't need to hear this. And then some are entertaining. I found one last night. Tom Hanks was going through the airport with his wife. His wife is also an actress, and he was going through the airport, and there was a mob of people trying to take pictures of him and selfies and so forth and so on. And his wife accidentally tripped, almost fell, but she didn't fall. She tripped. And so Tom Hanks got pissed off, and he told everybody that was following, back off, back the F off. He actually said it, back the F off. And I guess I'm saying that to make a point, because a lot of people, they see these people in airports and they want their autographs, they want to take selfies with them. But these people are public. You see, even though technically they do have private lives, but then they really don't, because you know, you have the paparazzos or the paparazzis or whatever you want to call them after them, trying to get a story, trying to make front page and things like that. So I say that so-called celebrities, you know, I don't like to use that word because I don't believe in it, but people of notoriety like that have that kind of notoriety, everything comes with the territory. You can't go around punching photographers out, or unless of course they jump in your backyard, you know.
Well, I mean, if his wife fell,
yeah,
that's a reaction. So all
yeah,
the photographers are going to come and take pictures. You don't want that around. You don't want that to be on the front page.
Yeah,
they can always say that Tom Hanks pushed his wife down in the airport.
Yeah,
They're having marital problems. You
Yeah.
know,
No, it was.
I understand both sides though.
Yeah, it wasn't him that pushed his wife. She was walking. They were both walking through the airport. She tripped and almost
Mhm.
fell. And I think because of the guys that had their cell phones taking pictures, they were getting too close. And he got angry about that because he said, "This is my wife, back the F off, you know." And I understand that. I understand that because people get a little aggressive when it comes to trying to take pictures with these people. But then again, like if it were me personally, I would say hi to them. I'm not really an autograph kind of a guy or anything like that. I'm not. They don't. I'm not even really moved by celebrities. I'm not really moved by them. But I
So you're
understand,
not starstruck then?
right. I understand that there are people who are like that, and they collect pictures of selfies of other people. I've taken selfies with other people. I've done that. And it's only because of the fact they were kind enough for me to do it. But I'm not going to run up to them in an airport. I might say hi. I'll pass it by. I saw Walt Frazier in an airport one time. I walked by him and said hi. He just kept on going, and it just so happens that him and I wound up on the same flight. I didn't want them, But some people they like these they're starstruck. They like this, But you got to be very careful with them, because you might even run into the one that don't care, like Woody Harrelson, for instance. Woody Harrelson, the actor. I think he's a little.
Yeah.
I think he's a little touched up there. That's only my opinion. But he had punched out so many guys in the airport just for even looking at him. And if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the way I see it. But I do believe everybody should have their privacy anyway.
Wow.
So, your father, happy Father's Day to you in advance.
Thank you.
Got anything planned for Father's Day for yourself, or?
Just gonna go to church, and was invited to after the church in the back of the church. They're having a barbecue for the men, but I don't know if I want to do that. You want to practice social distance. If I don't know you, I don't want to be around that. But I know I'm supposed to be making 100 hamburgers and 100 hot dogs for tomorrow. They're having an event here in my community, so they asked me to do it. I'm going to do it my way, my own recipe, actually my mother's recipe, and do it like that. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I just wished you in advance happy Father's Day. Don't say I didn't do it. So there you go. And
well, thank you. Thank you
for whatever you do. All right.
Yes. Thank you.
We'll see you back here next week.
Okay. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Take care. All right. That's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And of course, he's here every Friday at this time. And he wrapped up his part of the 2020 feature in sports. And of course, that's part of that. Now we have the 22 the hour with DJ Pete. However, DJ Pete is not going to be here. And so we're going to take over. He was nice enough to leave us information on his part of the 2020 feature. And just in case you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And it's you and I, all of us together. We're here to the top of the hour. And we're here every Friday at this time. And we thank you so much for joining us. Those of you who like to join us in conversation, you're free, you're welcome. If you don't, you're free and welcome just to sit back, relax, and enjoy, just as long as you're there. If we never have a conversation, just as long as you're there, that's all I care, But it's always nice to say hi to each and every one of you. I'm very approachable sometimes. But like if you're a public person, like I said, you got to take all of that. You got to take all of that. But I just never put myself out there to be that public, to take that kind of action. And listen, if it happens, I find ways of dealing with it in a diplomatic way. Okay. DJP, as I said, is not here, but here we go. We've got his information right here, the DJ Entertainment segment. And DJ Pete, he's off and about making money, big money. And so I always admire a man and a woman that loves to be ambitious and take care of themselves. Okay, let's get started right now. This is June 12th. On this day, June 12th, 1953, Rocky Burnett, son of Johnny Burnett, and the Rock and Roll Trio. Johnny Burnett, you know, he's been around for a long time, but this is Rocky Burnett, the son of Johnny Burnett. Now, let's see what we got information on him. I think he's celebrating a birthday today, right? No, well, he celebrated a birthday on the 12th. He's 68 years old. He was born in Memphis, Tennessee. And Rocky was an American musician and hillbilly musician. I love hillbilly music, bluegrass music. You like bluegrass music? I love bluegrass music. You know, sit back, relax, enjoy a little bluegrass music along with a little moonshine. Anyway, happy birthday, Rocky Burnett, and many more to come. And so we move on down the line, and also celebrating on the 12th, Charlie Feathers. Do you know who he is? Charlie Feathers? Well, I'll tell you who he is. Charlie Feathers is an American musician, most associated with the hillbilly as well, or rockabilly music. This is all rockabilly music today. He's celebrating a birthday. He was born in 1932, but he passed away August 29th in 1998. He died at the age of 66 years old in Memphis, Tennessee. And so if you love that music, I'm pretty sure his music is available. You can check it out wherever you can go, preferably on YouTube, where they have all the great music. And on June 13th in 1918, Wild Bill Moore. Wild Bill Moore. Now, Wild Bill could be Hickok, but this is Wild Bill Moore. Wild Bill Moore was an American R&B and jazz tenor saxophonist. He played Moore, earned a modest hit on the hot R&B charts. Hits like We're Gonna Rock and We're Gonna Roll. And, you know, he's no longer with us. He would have been celebrating his birthday today, and he passed away August 1st, 1983, at the age of 65. He passed away in Los Angeles, California. So he goes way back. DJ Pete knows all of this music. He knows all of this. All right. Here's someone else that all of us know. You know, Burl Ives. Burl Ives. If you don't know who Burl Ives is, Burl Ives is an actor. He's also an actor. And you could hear him every Christmas time. He celebrated his birthday on the 14th of June. You ever hear the song, It's a Holly Jolly Christmas? Well, that was him. That was Burl Ives. He passed away April 14th, 1995 at the age of 85. And he's an American singer, an American musician, an actor, and he has a great, and he did voiceovers too, you know, voiceovers. Like sometimes he does, if you watch some of those Charlie Brown, I don't know if he was ever in that, but he had a bit of voiceover of a snowman. I can't remember if it was a Charlie Brown production or whatever it was, but he was the voiceover of a snowman. So Burl Ives. Okay, let's go to Motown. June 14th. June 14th, Junior Walker. Junior Walker and the All-Stars. Junior Walker was a Motown recording artist professionally. His real name was Audrey DeWitt Mixon. Audrey DeWitt Mixon Jr. So he's Junior Walker and the All-Stars. And he passed away November 23rd, 1995. I remember it well. He was only 64 years old. And he died in Battle Creek, Michigan. He was born in Arkansas, but he died in Battle Creek, Michigan. So happy heavenly birthday to Junior Walker. And let's see, we move right along. Now, this, I don't know how significant you think this is, but we already celebrated Flag Day, you know. We celebrated Flag Day on the 14th, the same day as Junior Walker's birthday. We celebrated Flag Day. And I don't know if it puts more emphasis. I think it's just Flag Day for all flags, you know, because they didn't say the United States flag, they just said Flag Day. And Flag Day was related to a holiday, a day designated to flying flags and flying certain flags, such as the national flag, of all kinds of flags. So it's Flag Day. Whatever flag you wave, that's what they're celebrating, except for maybe the Confederate flag, all right? I take very big offense to that. But if you want to wave that, don't wave it in my face. Don't wave it in my face, all right? I'm not gonna have it. Okay, country singer Waylon Jennings was born June 15th, and he was born in the year of 1937. 1937. Of course, he's no longer with us, but he left great music with us. Waylon Jennings. Wasn't he the same one that did the theme song to, trying to think of the name of that comedy, The Dukes of Hazzard. Then he did it. Wasn't he the voice of the Dukes of Hazzard? I think he was. Anyway, he passed away February 13th, 2002. He died at the age of 64. He also was, he died in Chandler, Arizona. And he was born in Texas. Littlefield, Texas, he was born. And one of the big country stars, or country swingers back in his days, Waylon Jennings. And of course, finally, we move on to, everybody knows this guy. And he's celebrating a birthday tomorrow, Saturday. Paul McCartney, June 18th, 1942. Paul McCartney, as you know, he was one of the original Beatles. And then he branched off later to have his own group called Wings, Paul McCartney Wings. He had his wife, Linda McCartney, with him. And Paul McCartney's still around. Paul McCartney is celebrating a birthday tomorrow, so he will be 80 years old. 80 years old he'll be. Happy birthday, Paul McCartney. It's unbelievable. And it only seemed like yesterday when the Beatles came into the country and made hit after hit after hit and had all those screaming girls going after them. I believe he's from England. If I'm not mistaken, from Liverpool, England, the Beatles. And so there you have it. And we want to thank DJ Pete for all of that information. And you can catch DJ Pete's radio show. He has a radio show. You can catch him on www.radio-airwave.co.uk. Speaking of the UK, and you can catch him on Mondays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Also on his hometown station, WMPG in Portland, Maine. And if you can't turn on the radio and you can't find it for some reason, go to the website. They do have a website. It's the same broadcast, www.wmpg.org. And you can catch them every other Tuesday between 8:30 p.m. and 10 p.m., all times Eastern time zone, United States and Canada. So we thank you so much. Okay, I have birthdays of my own here that I want to acknowledge. Actress Erin Murphy, who played Tabitha on Bewitched. She's 58. That little cute little girl, Tabitha, is 58 years old today. Happy birthday, Erin. And let's see, actor Greg Kinnear, who's an actor, but he also had this show on TV, on cable TV called Talk Soup. Remember that one? He's 59 today. Actor and comedian Joe Piscopo from Saturday Night Live. He's 71 today. The late Timothy Wright, singer, gospel, and Reverend Timothy Wright, would have been 75 years old today. Barry Manilow, 79 at the Copacabana. Is that where he's going to celebrate his birthday, at the Copacabana? Okay, and former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, is 79 years old today. The late Ralph Bellamy, The actor Ralph Bellamy would have been 113 years old today. So happy birthday to all of who are living and the other ones who are celebrating in heaven. Okay, if you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back, called the Coffee Hour. I get mixed up sometimes. The Coffee Hour. Frank Allan with you. Thank you so much for being along with us on this Friday, TGIF. It's the Coffee Hour. What would Coffee Hour be without a little coffee? I'm almost finished with this. I need another one. Just about finished with it. But I never drink more than 2 cups of coffee a day. But for the most part, it's just one. But sometimes I may have one after dinner or something like that. But for the most part, coffee, it has a tendency to make you a little delirious depending on how you feel, whatever, it tends to do that sometimes. But it's enjoyable. Okay, just in case you're just joining us, again, this is the Coffee Hour. And those of you who are just joining us for the first time, we thank you so much for being along with us. Don't make this your last time, please don't. Tell your friends about it. Now, I know it's a little late in the show and there's a little time left, but do you know that if you're watching us on Facebook, you can actually forward this show to your friends. You have a lot of friends on Facebook. You could actually forward this show and get them involved into it. I should have said that at the top of the show, but it's not too late. Whatever's left, they can still watch it and then become part of us, right? Like they do, like you do, like every Friday, be part of us and enjoy. So what are you guys going to be doing for the weekend? I hope whatever it is, you're going to be just having a good time, just taking it easy, But one of the things that I like to contribute onto your weekend are the movies. And they are from Turner Classic Collections. And you, of course, you guys who watch classic movies, you love classic movies. I love them. And I like to share them with you each week. Now I have my picks of the week. I can't pick each and every one of them, but I do make sure that after I give you the information for today, I guide you over to Turner Classic Movies where you can check out more. If you go there and go through the screen and go through the program guide, and you see lots more great movies. But right now, let's get started right now. This is what I have for this weekend. You can enjoy it. We have Easter Parade. Now I know Easter passed, it's come and gone, but there's no right or wrong time to watch this program, watch this movie. Easter Parade 1948 with Judy Garland and Fred Astaire. That comes on Turner Classic Movies. You can catch that tonight, Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Everything I'm giving to you is Eastern, so you kind of have to take it from there, right? Also, we have Rebel Without a Cause, back in 1955 with James Dean, Sal Mineo, and Natalie Wood. That comes on Saturday afternoon at 1:45 p.m. Eastern on Turner Classic Movies. And here's something nice, Four from Texas, a nice comedy with the Rat Pack, 1963, Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and the rest of them. You know the whole gang. There were 5 of them. It was Joey Bishop, there was Sammy Davis Jr., and there was Peter Lawford. And I believe they're all in this movie, Four for Texas, 1963. And you can catch that Saturday afternoon, 3:45 p.m. That's tomorrow afternoon, 3:45 p.m. Eastern on Turner Classic Movies. And here's another legendary film from a legendary actress, Marilyn Monroe, Bus Stop, 1956. You can catch that Sunday at 8:15 a.m. That's in the morning. Now, I know a lot of you may want to get ready to go to church in the morning and you won't have time to watch it. You can also DVR all of these movies and watch them at a certain time at your very own convenience. But if you want to watch it in real time, you have to get up a little early to watch it. That's 8:15 a.m. Sunday. And if it's one of those stay in bed Sundays, perfect, right? Eastern Standard Time. Another classic from 1943. And this one's called Stormy Weather, starring Lena Horne and Bill Robinson, Mr. Bojangles, and of course that comes on Turner Classic Movies, and that's happening this Sunday at 11:45 a.m. Again, you can DVR this if you're going out and about, going to church, and that's at 11:45 a.m. Eastern. And finally, here's something that doesn't go really that far back. It only goes back to 1978, and it's a takeoff from The Wizard of Oz. It's called The Wiz, starring Diana Ross, Richard Pryor, and Michael Jackson. And that comes on Turner Classic Movies at Sunday at 5:15 p.m. Eastern. I had a chance, the opportunity, and I mentioned it last night on Talk Back Live, when they were filming The Wiz, they were filming a sequence in a subway station in Brooklyn, New York. And those of you who live in New York, and you know the subway stations, Horton Schermerhorn Station. And they have a station, I haven't been there in years, I don't know what it looks like today, but across, if you're waiting for the train, there's a cross, is an abandoned platform. And they were on the other side of that platform. They didn't use that platform anymore, but they were using it for that particular scene. And Michael Jackson was there. I got to see him along with Diana Ross and Nipsey Russell and a few people that were there. And it was ironic because I was basically on my way to do an interview. And because I was, back then I was a younger disc jockey. I was in my 20s back then, I think. And I was on my way to do an interview, and that caught my eye, so I had to stop and check it out for myself. Anyway, if you want to see more, you can go on Turner Classic Movies. You can go there and go through the program guide and check out further movies that may be broadcast, because these are only my picks for the week. You can do that. And all of the movies that I give to you each week are movies, they don't overlap each other, so you get to see them all. You get to see them all. I designed it purposely that way so you can get to see them all, okay? And so you can check them all out. Also, you may want to check out Movie on Demand. They have a lot of great movies on demand, and they have a long list of movies. Some movies you remembered, some just jog your memory and you want to watch them, they're all right there. You'll also have every network on there. You want to go to some of the networks if you like some of those Lifetime movies. They're right there. Whatever is available is there. If you like sports, I'm pretty sure that whatever you don't get to see in real time, like I like wrestling, if I miss a wrestling match, I can go on the following day to demand and watch that wrestling match all over again. And so you have all of that. And of course, you have paid per view movies. You can go check those out. A lot of people don't want to go to the movie theaters. They're not comfortable just yet. They want to make sure they keep social distancing. And when the movie is like out there, when it's released, it's not long before it goes on pay per view. So if you want to wait that long to do that, it's right there. We got a lot of great movies, so check it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all over again, and I'm going to repeat the movies all over again so you can check them out. We have the Easter Parade with Judy Garland and Fred Astaire. That's Friday. That's tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. Rebel Without a Cause with James Dean, Sal Mineo, and Natalie Wood. That's coming on tomorrow. That's 1:45 p.m. Eastern. For Texas, starring Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and the rest of the Rat Pack. And that's on Saturday at 3:45 p.m. Eastern. Bus Stop with Marilyn Monroe, Sunday at 8:15 a.m. Eastern. Stormy Weather with Lena Horne, Bill Robinson. That's Turner Classic Movies, Sunday at 11:45 a.m. Eastern. And finally, I repeat myself again, The Wiz with Diana Ross, Richard Pryor, and Michael Jackson. And that's Sunday at 5:15 p.m. So I hope you get a chance to see all of those movies. I hope you do like them. I couldn't understand why you wouldn't like them, because they're great movies. They're classic movies, movies that you all love and enjoy, and I hope you do enjoy. Well, that's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I want to wish all of you fathers, a happy, happy Father's Day. And I hope you get whatever is coming to you positively, all right? And I hope you have a good time. For the rest of you, I hope that you will join me next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern on Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be along with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update, and we'll have conversation together. That's Thursday between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, and it's on Facebook, it's on YouTube and Instagram as well. Other than that, I will be back here next Friday at 10 a.m. You, me, Brian Camp will be here too with the 2020 feature, 20 after the hour with sports. Latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. DJ Pete with entertainment news and reciting all of those birthdays of people of notoriety, all right here at the Senior Live all together. So join me back here next week, and I will see you then. You have a great weekend, a great Father's Day, and I will see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistance, Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer, Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.